Well, everyone, welcome back to the Canary Room from Florida, the Sunshine State, and I'm going to call it an epic and unique venue. We are in the, I guess, showroom of an orchid growing place. That's probably not the best way of describing it. Hopefully we'll get Frank on a little bit later on in the channel to talk about the amazing orchids that are on display here. So as well as canaries from all over the US, there are some incredible orchids. So listen, very much looking forward to judging today. I think I've got the Fifes, the Borders, the Norwich and the Staffords, I think. So really looking forward to it. I hope you do too. You know what to do, everyone. Grab yourself a cuppa, and thank you, Mike, for my gift. Sit back, and as always, everyone, enjoy the show. Right, ladies and gents, it's the man of the moment. It's Little Mike. Little Mike, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, there we go.
Yeah, that's better. Get Mike in shot now. Mike, listen, pal. It's wonderful to see you. Wonderful to be back here in Florida. And I have to say, this is the most beautiful smelling bird room show I've ever been in.
I walked in yesterday morning, same thing to set up, and all the ones up front, because they morning bloom and smell, and I went, oh, wait till Matt gets there. I said, it's the best smelling bird show ever.
Honestly, and not just the best smelling, but a real mixture, Mike, of sort of, I mean, there's some beautiful finches here, there's some beautiful canaries here, and they're really set off by some incredible orchids, mate. What? So come on. I mean, you're a genius. We know this. You've staged shows all over the world for various different people in the entertainment industry. So, come on, Mike. A bird show in an orchid room.
They go together, though, don't they?
Yeah.
So many people who do birds do orchids or plants, like the aeroids in here. There is stunning aeroids in here from, I mean, he's brought in some from Thailand and the Philippines. I mean, there's some of the top ones here. And not to mention him himself, is known. It's just such a great place they had it. But it was a no-brainer for me, because I've told you many times, I was born handsome. I'm dumber than a stump. So,
yeah.
I ain't the brightest boy. Yeah.
That's not true. The handsome bit, Mike. Anyway.
Take that. Okay. Will do.
But yeah, no, it's incredible, and I think, you know, for me, I mean, it's like coming back to family, coming back here. It really is. The welcome I've had, the Mickey taken we've had, it's like being back with a family. So I from the bottom of my heart, thanks, pal, because it's very special, very special to be out here and to be asked back. So I'm kind of assuming I either did not a bad job last time, or you couldn't find anyone else.
Actually, I talked to Keith at the National, so if we did, I don't know if it's saying anything. I can't say what you told me to tell him, not on the camera, but I'll tell him later.
Well, listen, we're getting ready to judge, so as always, pal, it's an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you so much for being here.
Bless you. Well, ladies and gents, joining me this time is all the way over from the Emerald Isle is Tom O'Regan, or Thomas is his Sunday name, but I'm going to call you Tom. Is that all right, pal?
No,
God love you. And look,
you were taught last night why he was called Thomas.
Yeah. And look, he's in colours, everyone. He's got his little Irish Fancy Canary Society club badge. So, Tom, what a couple of days it's been so far, pal.
An amazing couple of days. Like, first for us all, I'd say to judge a show in a jungle. You could say, you know, there's a jungle, and as you see, there's a lovely array of flowers, and you know, it's so different the way they stage their birds compared to back home in Ireland and the UK, like, you know. But no, it is amazing, and at least we have the weather here. and they don't have it at home.
Yeah. It's blowing a hoolie at home at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, it's blowing a hoolie, and we're safe and snug and warm in this jungle, as you've described it, and it is a jungle. It is a jungle. So you're doing the Irish Fancies today, pal. So. You must be looking forward to it, Tom.
I am looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this for the last 2 years when Lorella asked me to come over, so I'm looking forward to it.
And great to see the breed going from strength to strength in the US.
Yeah, because we'd say now since 2008 when Eddie Darcy, our founder member, and Maurice O'Connor promoted the Irish Fancy to get recognition at the World Show. And since it got recognition, it has spread worldwide. Now, mainly in Europe, but there's a lot of the Americans are going from strength to strength here as well now. But the only problem they have is to get birds over here to the US. I've sent birds here before, but I think the quarantine that's the stumbling block, because if they're not looked after, people are going to get sick birds. But birds that I sent over, they were okay. But to be afraid that would be the thing that happened to birds.
Yeah, and I think that's the challenge, isn't it? With any of the varieties, it's the type varieties. It's getting that fresh blood in and getting good quality fresh blood in.
As you know, the Irish Fancy are a hardy bird, because any time you send them to the World Show, they're gone for 3 weeks and they come back as good, if not better, than when they left.
Well, we know, Tom, the Irish travel well, don't we? You do travel well, pal. You do travel well.
Sure do,
and you've got it in the birds as well, which is what a fantastic achievement. Well, listen, I'll leave you to get on with it. Tom and I are sharing a judging stand today, so Tom's going to show me how it's done. He's going to do the professional bit, and I'm just going to waltz around with me camera for a bit. So,
no problem. All right.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Thank you.
Right, ladies and gents, I'm joined by Albert Zummer. Have I got that right, Albert?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
okay.
You pronounce it all right.
You see, and look, I'm feeling quite at home here because Albert is from the Netherlands, and many of you may or may not know, but I herald from Dutch farming stock. So my Omar, my grandmother, was from Waalwijk.
Waalwijk.
Yes, yeah. Well
correct.
done on the pronunciation. Thanks, pal. So yeah, I feel quite at home. I feel quite at home in Albert's company. I've never met him before, actually, but I feel quite at home in your company.
Yeah,
pal.
but breeders are always like friends, and acting like friends also. It's very important. Huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. We were talking on the way here, Albert, about your collection of birds back home.
Yeah.
And the sort of you've got fives, you've got new colours, you've got goldfinches. You have to have goldfinches, don't you?
Yeah. My association is named in Dutch de Goudvink, and that's the pronunciation of the bullfinch, the goldfinch. Yeah.
So you've got both of those, and you're judging some of the type here today.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do it.
Yeah, gonna try. We're
going to try.
Yeah, we're
a little bit hot here. It's tropical, so we will make a nice day for it.
Yeah, it is tropical. And have you ever judged in a jungle before, Albert?
Not in the jungle. So I hope there are not apes coming out of the trees, but we will do our best to enjoy.
We'll keep an eye out for big spiders and giant snakes and everything else.
I didn't discover them yet. But,
no, we'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay.
Pal. Well, listen, enjoy it. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And you help me out when I'm stuck in problems.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. And you can help me as well.
Yeah, okay.
It's a pleasure, mate. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I am joined, ladies and gents, and I can do this because you've got a fantastic little name badge on, Laura.
I do.
By Laura Tinker, who is a NFSS panel judge, NFSS judges panel director. That sounds very important, Laura.
Yes, so I lead the judges panel for the National Finch and Softbill Society, and today I'm going to be judging the finches and softbills at the Florida Canary Fanciers Show.
Fabulous.
And I'm honored to meet Matt.
Oh,
we met
God.
last night. We had a great time at the dining in the restaurant.
We did meet last night, and it was a good night, wasn't it?
It was wonderful.
I'm not sure if the baby Guinnesses were a good idea.
Oh, well, I cut mine off.
You did really well. Laura showed.
I knew I had to work.
Yeah, Laura showed immense self-control, which, is admirable. I'd like to say I did, but that would be a lie. It would be a lie. So, Laura, tell me about the sort of the finches in the US. I can see behind, I can see Gouldians here.
Yes, we have some beautiful, colorful birds here today that are going to compete with the orchids in this beautiful facility that we're having the show today.
And I imagine, a little bit like me, it's the first time you've judged a show in an orchid hall.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's quite beautiful.
It is, and I think that is it normally the sort of the birds are the star of the show, and of course they will be today. But the orchids come a very, very close second, don't they?
Yes, they do. Quite magnificent. There's some over there that are really stunning.
Yeah, I've spent my time on my camera just popping around, sort of catching them on camera. But hopefully we can do them some justice. Well. Listen, I know you're racing to get started. You have got some beautiful birds behind us here, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
There is something really good to look at. So we might catch up later on, Laura, when you're all done, and you can give us a chat through if you don't mind. What caught your eye? All right.
I will. Yeah.
Super stuff.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Ladies and gents, it is my absolute pleasure and honour to introduce to you a man who perhaps in the bird world is not as well known as he is, it's fair to say, in the botany world. It is, of course, Frank Smith, and we are in Frank's, I say his house, it's not his house, it's one of his incredible display rooms. You are the man behind
I am the man behind Krull Smith. This is one of the largest orchid nurseries in the world, and I just want to welcome you and welcome the Florida Canary Fanciers group. We're probably going to have this as an annual thing now, and this is the very first time, so we're going to be able to learn from this and make more space for maybe more exhibitors next year.
But what a space, Frank. What a space. I mean, it sends shivers down my spine, because I've never ever been, and I've judged all over the world, I have never ever judged in, I'm going to call this a tropical paradise, because it is a tropical paradise. My botanical knowledge, I'm afraid, Frank, doesn't extend to
that's okay.
That's a very nice orchid, but apart from that, that's as good as it gets. But the feature sort of plants in here, as well as the orchids, it's incredible. It's art, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's I have the most wonderful staff and people that have been growing orchids for a long time. We show plants all over the world, but I'm very excited for the bird fancy to be here. I mean, I've been raising birds from budgies to canaries my whole life. And just to have you folks here is such an honor. And I've been watching your videos
God bless
for years, and I've learned so much from you, and it's such an honor to have you here. And I want everybody to know that they should not just watch this video, but go back and watch all your YouTube videos, because there's a lot of people who want to be in the hobby and they're afraid. They don't know how to do certain things, and I could never breed a bird that could go to a show and win, but everybody can.
Yeah.
Just like you can in the orchid world. So you just need to keep watching this man's videos, and
God bless you.
because you get to see cities and travel and never leave your home.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful thing, and I'm honored to have you here.
Oh, bless you, friend. That's very, very kind. And there is, amongst all of these orchids, there is one very special orchid, isn't there? And that is, and I know it's like, it must be like saying, who's your favourite child? But there is one very special orchid you've created.
Probably a hybrid that flowered many, many years ago, and it was spectacular. I was so proud of it. I named it Heaven's Gate. We all want to see Heaven's Gate one day. And the cultivar name I named Christelle. It's named after my mother. And I'm sure you'll have it in a shot later on in the show. It's a beautiful red, flowers every year for Christmas. But that's what it's all about. It's making things so other people can enjoy them.
And I think that's one of the things we were talking about sort of before off camera. You said, you know, the sort of vision behind what you did was to make the orchid available to everyone to appreciate, and not just be a sort of, you know, the wealthy.
That's right.
And you've done that, which is to your great credit.
Yeah, we've been working on this a long time. There was a point that chrysanthemums was the #1 pot plant sold in the world, and then it became poinsettias due to the big demand for them and all the hybridizing that went on with creating different colors of poinsettias. But now Phalaenopsis orchids are the #1 pot plant in the world. You can buy them at any local trade store. You can buy them in supermarkets all around the world. All over Europe, you go in any store, there's Phalaenopsis available. So we have tried our very best to make clones of the very best things and make seedlings to the point to where everybody can have a nice orchid. So very reasonably priced, just like any other plant.
Yeah, and they are an absolute thing of beauty. I've got some shots, and you know, when you look at the sort of the variety, the colours, the shapes, there's trailing orchids, there's small ones. They are absolutely stunning.
They are wonderful, and just like with the canaries, I mean, you can have the little miniatures all the way to the beautiful Irish, which are the long with the tails down, the Norwich, which are the big, bold, larger canaries. I mean, orchids are the same way. There's every size and shape.
Yeah, if only we could clone the canaries. Hey?
That's right, I wish. I mean, there's several here I would like to have one of, so it would be, but the breeders are breeding a lot, so you don't have to clone them.
No. Well, listen, Frank, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for this incredible space.
You're welcome. Just enjoy yourself today.
Oh, I will, every second of it, mate. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gents, the show is over. The judging has finished. The orchids have wilted. No, they haven't. That's not true. But it is an incredibly popular winner. He's been on the channel before. He's changed quite a bit because he didn't have curly hair then, and he didn't have that little silly moustache either, did you, Sandy? No,
I just changed it for you.
Yeah, was that what it was?
Just
yeah, well, you've
you.
done a great job. Well, listen, best in show,
Thank you
best
so much.
Irish fancy. I know Niall is delighted. I know Brian's delighted. I know everyone's. And Tom, come in here now. Come in here. Tom's coming in as well. Come on, look, we've got Tom in as well. Look, Tom had a double-sided coin. Get in there. So go and look at that. It's like
I didn't have to use it today, though.
It's like the front row, isn't it? So, Tom, what was it in particular about Sandy's birds, apart from the tenor under the cage?
It was the 20 Niall gave me to make sure I put it up. But what it was about the bird, a bird that was, look at me. I'm here. And that's what won it for the bird. It was absolutely outstanding from start to beginning, never faltered or anything, and it held up for the duration, and that's why it deserves best in show, and I'm delighted with Sandy.
Well done.
Well done.
Appreciate your help.
Yeah, well done indeed. Well, listen, pal, it's a pleasure to see you again. Well done. And
Safe travel back.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks, mate. Take care. Well, ladies and gents, we're joined by Maurizio, who you've had a fantastic show, my friend, haven't you?
Thank you.
So, second best in show, best Gloucester.
Gloucester Corona, yes.
Yeah, best Norwich, I think, is yours
Yes,
up there
that's
as well.
mine, absolutely, yes.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Anything else up there?
No,
just
this year we are focusing on the Norwich and in the Gloucester.
Well, you can't do much better than win both of the categories, can you? And have second best bird in show. Well done. Beautiful little small typey Gloucester, and the Norwich again is a lovely bird. So you must be delighted.
Yes, I'm super happy. I mean, this is a result of several years, several people advising you to do the correct things, and having the patience and the wisdom to select, correct? Step by step.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, Mauricio. It's a patience game, isn't it? And it's about building over a period of time. So, no, I'm absolutely delighted for you.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you very much,
friend.
and thank you for all the information and the great interviews that you provide us through your channel.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you, pal. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Ladies and gents, this lady has sat and watched the judging of the Five Fancy unfold, kept her powder dry. I'm never playing poker with you, Nora, I tell you, because you had no idea at all. She sat there, she said nothing. You've had best Five Fancy, third best type Canarian show. It's a lovely little hen.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very thrilled. And thank you.
No, not at all, not at all. Well done. It's a beautiful bird, beautifully benched, beautiful width across the shoulders, lovely type, lovely position. You should be really, really proud. Well done.
I am, and I want to mention that my husband is the one that does the breeding and the placing together and everything, and he picked me, so he always picks the best.
Ah, yeah, he has. Well, listen, it's lovely to see you.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Well done again. Mwah.
Thank you.
Cheers. Well, ladies and gents, as I'm being heckled in the background by a variety of people. Actually, Niall is very quiet. Are you okay, Niall? Niall's mute now, as well as
and ready to beat. Look
I am delighted to say, I met this chap last night. It's Frank Horan, the president of the National Bird Show of the United States of America.
Correct, yes.
I don't know. I feel a little bit, in awe of this title.
There's nothing to be in awe of. It's just a title. I still work my ass off.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, I'm sure you do, pal. Along with lots of other people.
Yes.
I'm just looking, El Presidente, for the bodyguards. To be fair, they'd be around here somewhere. Well, although Niall looks pretty handy with them crutches, I tell you. I will get Niall on camera. He's very shy, Niall. Yeah, he won't come on. He won't come on. So, Frank, it's an absolute pleasure. You had a really good show in Knoxville this year.
We did. We had another good, successful show.
Yeah.
A new venue, really, and it worked out.
Yeah.
We had a good show.
Yeah, good.
Still winding it down, but it was a good show.
Yeah.
And that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things, Frank, isn't it? People sort of come to the show and they're like, oh yeah, this was really good, we really enjoyed it, but there's a tremendous amount of work that goes in before and after.
Yeah, the location and the hotel generally take 3 or 4 months of constant negotiations just to get it. And that starts in about 6 weeks' time.
Yeah,
for next November.
Yeah.
So it's a constant thing.
But super stuff, and the hobby in the US as a whole, in a good place, a challenging place.
A challenging place.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get people to understand that it's not your backroom bird show anymore. it really has to be run like a business.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it wasn't, but it has to be run like a business because when you have it, the people who you have, the halls, the hotels, they expect to make money.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's just it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's certainly a show of that scale as well. It needs to wipe its face, and as you say, the places that host it need to feel like it's worthwhile. Otherwise, you can't. You won't get back there.
Well, it has happened where not recently, but a venue was taken out from underneath us.
Yeah.
Because someone came in and offered more money.
Yeah.
And we had to scrap it for that year because there was 6 months planning into it, and there wasn't enough time to find a new location.
Yeah, no, tricky stuff. And Frank, what birds are yours? Are you part of the Irish collective here with Irish Fancy, or are you going to tell me you've got a menagerie of birds?
I am a hookbill person.
A hookbill person?
I have cockatiels, lovebirds, and lories.
Oh, fabulous.
So that's me.
Yeah.
When I found myself being elected as president of the bird club or the show, I had to learn an awful lot about canaries. Now I can walk in a room and recognize a breed. I don't know if it's a good bird or not, but I know what bird it is.
Yeah, that's some of the stuff. Well, I walk around shows, Frank, and I'm like, no idea what that is, to be fair.
Okay. So it was a new experience.
Yeah.
Big learning curve, and still learning.
Yeah. So I take it the setup then is a selection of aviaries, is it, that you've got with those, or are you?
Oh, my birds.
Your birds.
My birds are. They used to be in the house.
Right.
Until this year, they were in the house. I built a bird house, a bird shed, as in England, or my bird house, which we decided to call it at home. My wife's future Airbnb when she gets rid of me. Yeah,
you played that card as well.
No, but it something that I've been dreaming of for 20 years. Finally got it done.
Yeah, fantastic. There's no greater feeling.
You go in there and there's room.
Yeah,
you can turn around. Yeah, it's amazing.
Fantastic stuff. Well, listen, Frank, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, pal. Well done on the show this year, and best of luck for future years as well. And one day, I hope to get there.
You will. You will.
Bless you.
Take care.
Morning, everyone. Day after the show, so a little bit of sightseeing today. We are at Wakiva River, I think, and we're going on a river cruise. Lorelle has kindly told us in the car that there's snakes, and I don't like snakes. Anyone? So if I sort of spin round here, you'll see Albert in the background, and Tom and Gillian, and some Christmas trees. It's weird because the sun is cracking the flags. It's only 25 past 8 in the morning. It's cracking the flags, and look, there's a massive big Christmas tree behind me there. Look, huge Christmas tree. And what's really quite amusing is this sign here, everyone. So I'm going to spin round, and hopefully you can see this sign behind me. The sign says, swim at your own risk. Gators and snakes are present. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have signed a waiver, so if this video never sees the light of day, it's because I've been eaten by a crocodile or alligator or whatever you call them. But it's a wonderful little place. So signing off for now, and I'll take you back on the boat. Welcome everyone. Welcome to day 2 post-show of the Florida trip. Welcome to my suite. Seriously, I'm in a suite. Beautiful hotel. Just out the front is a lake, which I shot some footage of. There's a little cormorant having a little bit of a sunbathe. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Beats a Premier Inn, hands down, everyone. So all the my fellow judges from the UK and Ireland will know that that's normally the hotel of choice. But I'm in a suite, and frankly, I could get used to this. What a day yesterday was. So you saw in the morning our river cruise, which was absolutely sensational. A real sort of once-in-a-lifetime moment. And then in the afternoon, well, it was another once-in-a-lifetime moment. We went to St. Augustine, which is just incredible. And I'm always a little bit concerned because the camera never really picks up the atmosphere and the vibe of the place. So we spent some time in the Castillo dan San Marcos, and that was really sort of magical, eerie, haunting to kind of see the whole history of it there. And I've got some shots of it. And then we went into St. Augustine itself, and the little, anyone who's been there will know, it's lots of little sort of very narrow streets with really old buildings, and the feeling in there, the vibe in there was just incredible. I saw Santa, everyone saw Santa. So Santa was there. And yeah, what an incredible night. So today, getting ready to do some more touristy things. So stay tuned and we'll catch up very soon. Well, everyone, the adventure continues. We're in Gatorland. Behind me, you might be able to see. I don't know if you can see. There's some very big, nearly swore then. Some very big gators. So I'll get some other shots of them. But it's a beautiful day here in Florida, and yeah. Looking forward to my gator experience. I'm going to wrestle one later, so that'll be fun. If the video comes out, you'll know it went well. If it doesn't, you'll know that it went less well. Well, everyone, the last day in Florida. What an unbelievable trip. Hard to pick a highlight, to be fair. I guess if I was to pick one, it would be friendship. And that's the friends that I've made here, and the friends that I've seen from the last time I was here as well. I will name check as many as I can, but inevitably I'll forget someone, for which I'm truly sorry, but I have remained pretty much on UK time the whole trip. Yesterday was a moment I'll never forget. I saw the beautiful sunrise at the shark bite capital of the world, which is quite an achievement. Saw the sunrise, and throughout the day there, just, you know, a really magical place. And of course, as a birdman, we found lots of birds there. A little woodpecker up a tree. These little birds in the shoreline made me howl with laughter as they bobbed in and out trying to dodge the waves. We saw a whole flock of chickens, but it would be remiss of me not to give a special mention to Waffle, who's made himself at home at the Mermaid Cafe. My day-to-day is filled with a couple of last-minute things to do before I get the plane, and then the 9-hour flight back to the UK. So not looking forward to the flight, but very much looking forward to getting home to see the family. Fair to say I've missed them over these last few days. So a huge thank you, a huge bottom-of-the-heart thank you from me to Laurel and Mike, who have looked after me so incredibly well throughout this entire journey and this entire trip. I cannot begin to thank you enough for your hospitality, your friendships, the laughs we've had along the way. And I would often say that, you know, the sign of really good friendship is when you're so comfortable in each other's company, and we have laughed and we have joked, and I've slept in the front of the car, and that demonstrates real comfort. It was a great pleasure to meet Albert from the Netherlands. Albert was only here for the weekend. He left on Sunday, but we had a real laugh. And he was taken to the airport in true style. So this is the way my judging engagements need to run from now, everybody. I have had the most incredible time with Tom and with Jill over the last few days as well. What an absolutely lovely couple, really good company. We've had a right giggle along the way. And Jill, I hope you managed to get all of your Christmas decorations home. And Tom, get that new tree up, pal, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. A very special mention as well to Niall. Niall picked me up from the airport, took me out for tea on Thursday, and spent the day with me on Friday, taking me to the shopping malls. And he had a little bit of an accident, did Niall, so he wasn't his normal running round self, but he's still an absolute legend, even if he does have a booster seat in his car. To the rest of the FCF, to Benny, to Ruth, to Dino, and of course to Sandy. Great to see you all, Sandy. Massive congratulations on your first ever Best in Show. Richly deserved, and everybody was delighted, which I think, you know, shows the measure of the man that you are, pal. So it was great to catch up with you. Frank at the Orchid Centre. Frank took us out for dinner on the Saturday night, and it was probably the nicest steak I think I've ever eaten. It was sensational, so much so I couldn't manage it all, but I took it home with me and had it for my breakfast. Many other thank yous and hellos, and sorry if I've missed everybody out, but it's fatigue at this point. So listen, if you've enjoyed this episode, this very special episode from Florida, and you're still to subscribe to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Until next time, everyone, take care.